Hey, welcome to this video. My name is Ivan, and today I want to talk about how to see through the illusion of separation. I talk a lot about the sense of being in the body, but today I want to specifically focus on how do we see through the appearance, because we're not saying that something is fundamentally going to change. What's going to change is your relationship to the world, which is your own awareness, your own knowing. Before thought says anything, there's simply just a knowing of it. There's a conception of what you think you're experiencing. Reality is you experience, and that includes thoughts, sensations, sound, movement, everything that is appearing. But it's not you appearing. You see, you never appear. You're the one watching it. But now I want to make it very clear that you're not separate from your experience. So it's not like two different things, but yet you're always going to have that interpretation or that experience, because that is the only way that you can have an experience, right? That's the paradox in experience. For you to taste yourself, to know yourself as this knowing, because if there was no separation, there would be no experience to say. So here, I want you to notice something within your direct experience right now. And notice how there is a sense that that is over there and I'm here. But what is telling you that? There's an interpretation. Okay, let go of that interpretation just for 1 second. What remains? There's a watching, there's a knowing of it, right? So that proves that the separation never actually happens. It's only experience in terms of your belief that you're separate from it. And then that somehow you can get something from that appearance. A good example of this is food, right? We all love food. What exactly are you getting? Thought tells you a lot of things. This is good. This is pleasure. I want more. This is happiness. But that's just the ideas and notions. What's really happening there is that there's simply just movement. There's taste, there's sensations, not even taste. It's just sensations, really. And your body is just refueling itself, right? It's just energy for the body. Your body is made of that food, depending on what kind of food that you eat. But it's simply just energy, and it has no meaning whatsoever. The meaning is coming from the interpretation itself. Tony Robbins, who I used to watch a lot, he said that life is about meaning. He was both lying and telling the truth. I mean, on the relative level, yes, life is about meaning. The character you is about meaning, and it's about goals and becoming. But there's a lot of suffering in that, especially when you don't know that it's just a story. It's not actually true, real, even if you tell yourself that you're rich when you're not rich. But you see, the very fact that you want to tell yourself that you're rich implies that not only you're not it, and now you have to become it, which now you're trying to get to something which actually pushes it away, because you're in that framework of chasing. It's like chasing a relationship that's never attractive, right? Because you're basically implying, I need you to give me something that I don't inherently already have or that I am. You see, this is the whole play of awareness, which you already have everything. You're just creating the experience to have an experience, like you go to the movies and you watch a movie just to experience it. But there isn't this personal sense. You're completely, in a sense, detached from the movie. And this is the same way that our current experience has to be experienced, so that you can see through that illusion of separation. You see, it's that very separation between you and the food that creates the lack, the seeking. And what's going to change when you see through the illusion that, in fact, you're not getting anything and it's just simply an expression of life. It's how your body energizes, but then you can experience different foods from that, because the mind will be good to justify, what's the point of it now? You know, if it's not pleasure, if I'm not getting anything from the food, why eat it? This is naturally what it's going to do because it wants to stay in control. It never had control. It was the narrator of your eating experience, right? It's like the commentator on a sports broadcast. It's just describing reality. It's never reality itself. Reality is what you are. And what you are is the experience of reality, but there isn't an experiencer. It's not personal. So to even want to have an experience, like let's say you want to be happy, you've already assumed that you don't have it, right? That it's somewhere out there in a situation, in a better job, relationship, more money, food, as we were talking right now, and that you are somehow not happy right now. Now, there's two layers to this that I want to describe. One of them is happiness is not what the mind is telling you. It's not a constant state. It's not an uplifting state. Happiness, really, when you look at it, is just acceptance of the moment. You're not resisting the moment. You're not looking to get to anywhere else. There's a full stop, and that full stop is the absence of mind. You see, mind in itself will always create suffering because it puts a gap between what's happening now and where you want to get to. If I tell you to just be here right now, you probably couldn't do it without having a thought. Not that you can control your thoughts, but this is the nature of the mind. It's restless. It's built on ideas that in today's day and age, especially with AI coming in, it's going to be very crucial for you to become mindful of yourself, of become aware of your thoughts, of simply becoming aware of you being aware.